couple of days ago, I made a video called Embracing the Mystery. And I made it in the rather typical, almost commodified form of Buddhism and Advaitins. And it was very serene. It was very polite. It was very soft, had soft edges. And I thought about this. And, you know, if all you knew about me was that video and many of my posts, you really wouldn't know me at all, because my personality is often abrasive, aggressive, very much to the point. I'm not a great diplomat, and I was concerned that I was giving possibly the wrong impression about who I am. Awakening, enlightenment, wisdom has nothing to do with form. So if someone is speaking like, I am an awakened guru and I have had an enlightenment experience, I'm living the enlightenment experience, that is form. All that matters is wisdom. And wisdom comes in a multitude of forms, including forms that are abrasive. So I want to talk a little bit about form and what holds the world together. And I don't want to use the soft tones and possibly the indirect messages I've done in the past. Underlying all human experience are two great polarities. On one side, we have fear. And fear needs only one thing to be strong, and that's ignorance. And what is ignorance? Ignorance is being blind to the real and putting all of your stock of what the world is in belief. And so to intelligent people, ignorant people really look stupid because they're not recognizing truth. They'll say, well, God will cure my cancer. God won't cure your cancer. Prayers won't cure your cancer. Cancer's cancer. And cancer has a particular way of behaving. We're involved in a political struggle now in America, and Republicans talk about deficit, 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 but they don't want to cut the taxes of the ultra-rich, even though the income inequality in America equals that or even exceeds that which existed before the Great Depression. The rich own now, the top 2%, I think, own 85% of the country's assets. So if you're wondering where all the money is, it's in the top 2%. That's wisdom, that's intelligence, that's perception, and that's knowledge. When you blind your eyes and go, well, they shouldn't cut taxes, that's bad for the rich, you are acting like a robot, and you're being conditioned by one thing. It's your fear. It's your fear. That's the one side of the polarity. The fear that, well, if they raise those taxes, then they'll raise my taxes, and then there'll be less for me, and oh my God, and it's all about me, and I'll be alone in this universe. I really am alone in this universe, and I'm very vulnerable, and everything I love and hold dear will come apart. Well, in fact, everything you love and hold dear will come apart as long as you build your life around fear and belief. Because all that is just a projection, and the projection is itself the bright side of fear. Get real. What awakening is getting real to the falseness of all projection and all belief. Frankly, the world is dying. It will recover after human beings are gone, but the world's dying because this whole industrial civilization is at war with the earth. That's wisdom. Now, maybe we can modify things, but we have to really change a lot of how we do things. But the most important thing is to see the manifestation of fear in your life and in the lives of those around you. And what fear does, it makes you into a robot. You watch Fox News, or you read crap in newspapers based on fear, or you listen to crap in your churches and your temples or your mosques or wherever, or you get crap from Advaita or Zen people who are phony, and you then say, well, I'll believe this because I have no sense of self. I really can't evaluate these issues on my own. I must be told, because that's how robots are. And fear makes you a robot. Okay, enough with that tone. On the other side of polarity is, I don't use the term love. I prefer the term connection, because wisdom sees that we're all connected. Open up your refrigerator and look at what sustains your life. You'll see that it's all connected. In this environment, you couldn't even get water unless you were connected to a water authority that could bring you safe, drinkable water. All of your food comes from farms from all over the world, from agricultural industrial processes, unfortunately. It comes from a million different sources. The home you live in, the city you live in, it's all interconnected. We are all connected. And ultimately, we're all connected to the earth and the sun. The only body in the universe that we know for sure has semi-intelligent life. So that connection means that's wisdom. So when we are in fear, it's all about me. I gotta hold on. I gotta hoard. I gotta contract. I gotta control. I gotta know. I gotta know the future. Because I'm scared shitless of the future. But in connection, we recognize our connections. And what causes this anger in me about robotic people, and particularly robotic Americans, because we got this huge educational institution which apparently doesn't do crap, and we have all this money, yet people live incredibly irresponsible lives, is I love the earth. And I love people, and I love the animals and plants. And I know that all the things that this civilization is doing is to undo all that. So what you may see as anger, what you may seem to you as aggression, is in fact my acknowledgement of connection and love. So there are the polarities. The more, America is a very fear-based society. We think that by fighting these wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, it'll make us safer. In fact, it does exactly the opposite. It impoverishes us. It nurtures people who hate America. And guess what? They hate America for very good reasons. Their reasons for hating us are far greater than any reason we could possibly dig up for hating them. We are laying fire down on a whole part of the world. A small group of people used an infinitesimally small group of people to attack several buildings in New York City and Washington, D.C. And therefore, we respond with this thing. We have to kill tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. They have much more reason to hate us than we to hate them. But it's religion. I am a Muslim, you are a Christian, so I hate you, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. It's crap. It's fear. It's belief. It's everything that makes us contracted. Okay? All of that is just bullshit. Our humanity comes first, and even before our humanity comes the fact that we are of the earth. That comes before anything. And therefore, connection comes before anything. Fear is the unrealization of that connection. Awakening is the realization of that connection, that we are all brothers and sisters with everything in creation, including that which we say does not have life. Everything is alive. The sun, the mountains, the rivers, the streams. We're doing our best at killing it, but it is all alive still, suffering, struggling, fighting for its life, but alive nonetheless. So what I'm saying here is, we don't heal ourselves by suddenly reaching out for connections. That's good. But we truly heal ourselves when we see the manifestation of fear in our lives. And that's why I wrote my book, Liberation from the Lie. It is the manual for seeing fear. There are other good manuals out there. I strongly recommend the works of the Buddha. He's an expert at that. Friedrich Nietzsche is another one. Franz Kafka, particularly if you read him with a very light heart, he's good too. Walt Whitman, a great poet. Pablo Neruda, another great one. Emily Dickinson. Mahatma Gandhi. To see the fear in our lives. That's what it's all about. You don't have to worry about the connection. The connection's already there. If you heal the fear, and it's hard to do this completely alone, the connection will rise all on its own. Thank you.